Thank you. So, Jason, did you want to lead since I know you're not supposed to be the leader, but how do you guys want to do that?
It's up to you guys. So I just discovered Monica reminded me we were supposed to go alphabetical order. So Cameron, that would be you.
Don't forget what I said.
Oh, thanks. Wait a minute, don't we have another person coming?
Andrew would be first, obviously.
An A. Yeah.
Here, that's gonna be a good surprise right there.
Yeah.
And of course we can help too, Cameron, if you want us to.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that hard. I think it's just submitting things mainly, ain't it?
Yeah, we have to write up a bunch of stuff, it looks like, but
No.
I think the main objective for tonight is deciding on the idea and then developing some value propositions and customer segmentation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So do you want to share your screen of the ones submitted?
Is there a discussion guide we're supposed to follow?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't say so quickly. Maybe.
Oh, it's okay. You didn't hurt my feelings. It's okay.
Could be like, no, she's lying. Catch me.
So this is the instructions that we have. Are you guys able to see that screen? Does it say instructions?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see our the ones that we submitted, like our ideas?
Yes, do you want me to go to that page?
I think we should. That way we can pick one.
Well, we may be able to stay on that page we're on and look at the requirements. I think we all know what we each posted.
Yeah.
I could share the idea because that look at the requirements.
Okay.
As we're talking. Sorry to have you flip-flopping.
No, I interrupted.
So you guys want to go alphabetical order? Cameron, do you want to go first on what your idea was and what you would vote for?
Basically, I guess I only had a national idea, and I think it's somewhat kind of what a lot of people had already put after there is, a national food bank, something that would supply nationally, not just rely on locally, kind of like what our church does, but more something similar to that. What I really would struggle with that is finding a revenue stream for that.
Yeah, it would have to, something that would have to all be based on volunteer and people donating to you.
Right, but you still have to have some kind of revenue to run a business.
Correct. I've read it. In my area, I've received some literature as well as I've done a little bit of online research that food banks are soliciting for monetary donations this year instead of physical goods, mostly because of the pandemic crisis. They're short on staff, social distancing, cross-contamination or exposure by sharing food items, things like that. So having cash enables them to have a little more flexibility with hiring staff as well as purchasing things that are needed. And maybe other things like putting gas in a truck, opening up new distribution centers and so forth.
Right. You got to pay for the housing, the warehousing and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was my idea.
All right. And a food bank or a food drive was one of my local ideas as well. And then from a national idea, developing a website that could be like a buy, sell, trade, or for free, similar to a Craigslist marketplace or a Facebook marketplace type website that listed assistive technology for people with disabilities. And it could be divided up into geographic, demographic, disability type, and then specific assistive technology, making it easy for people to search. Agencies as well as individuals or organizations could also create an account, log in, and share what they have available, or look for what's available too.
Okay. So is that like medical equipment and stuff like that? Wait, I mean,
So assistive technology is just a general term. It could mean anything from like software programs that can help a blind person navigate a computer. It could be a wheelchair, crutches, maybe hearing aids, repurposed glasses, things. So anything that could be, so hearing impairments, visual impairments, motor disabilities. It would just be a collection site for all those different types of equipment and technology that could be shared or repurposed.
okay.
Good.
Any other questions about it?
That's a good one. Let's see, Monica.
Mine were just recycling ones. It's been something that we've, for the local one, basically you just have people donate feed bags, like chicken bags. I know you guys think this is a little strange, but then they
What's a chicken bag?
like chicken feed bags or
Oh, okay.
animals that come in. And then you're basically employing people that are unemployed, especially in our rural areas where we don't have a lot of opportunities for more employment. They take them home. We go ahead and make it feasible for them to have a sewing machine, and then skills, teach them how to use the sewing machine. So they come away with a skill, and then they sew the feed bags into tote bags, and then we sell them, and then the money goes back into the program to do skills training, and then also to sell to buy more equipment for the people sewing it. And then the other one was basically another recycling one where you're taking lumber wrap. I know this is another strange one, but lumber wrap, it's what the lumber's wrapped in, and you basically put dumpsters in the lumberyard or places where you can gather that, and then it goes to a recycling area, and then it's repurposed into other building materials. So it's both recycling.
Interesting.
I thought that was a clever idea. I like that idea.
So
Yeah, we
My
we
idea has to do with
use that at work.
recycling too.
it's the problem is I don't know what kind of material, what kind of things. I mean, I know it's plastic, but that would be part of it, is understanding how we can, you'd have to have some sort of manufacturing facility to kind of do that, or send it to another facility to do that. But there's money to be made in that one, and the other one also. So those are the only ways I could think of making, like you guys said before, making money to put back into the project. So they're really not original ideas. So that's all too.
Mine has to do with recycling too, although I wasn't really thinking about it like that. I was thinking more of like plastics and aluminums and cardboard and stuff like that. Because I'm from California, and they pay people to recycle aluminum. You have you do like a deposit or something. And my idea was more on a local level, but I would imagine that the government, local government, and state government would offer subsidies to encourage you to recycle. I guess where money could come from. And then selling the aluminum, I don't know if there's a market for that, but I'm pretty sure you can start to recycle aluminums and plastics to people. I don't know, but I would imagine you can get a lot of government grants for doing something like that.
We're
Especially
basically
here
forced to
in
do that
Idaho,
here.
because no one seems to recycle in Idaho.
Right.
Costs
In
money.
California, you're forced to recycle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
California, Oregon, and Washington. The West Coast really shows Idaho up when it comes to ecologically friendly programs, I think.
But it does cost. There's the cost involved. And I think that's the whole premise of why Idaho doesn't. So
I think so.
I'm just,
So
And you
it's
try to
Evolving
costing
compare it,
more
but
than what they can sell it for.
if we entertain that idea a little bit further, one of the things I think we could use as a partner to evolve the idea just a bit further, Thomas, is to, so when I think of recycling programs, I'm thinking of people just putting a bin out by their house and then collecting the different types of things that could be recycled. But what about if one of the partners are corporations or businesses? For example, like Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, they generate a ton of cardboard waste, and partnering with those types of corporations, would they be willing to bail it up and then donate the profit as they resell that cardboard back to the facility, to the charitable organization?
they probably would, just because they're not thrown away, so it's not hitting their dollars for landfill. I know we do that at work. You don't get a huge profit from cardboard. You don't make a whole lot of money, but
Right.
it's better for the environment rather than going into the landfill. So we see it that way.
And keeping in mind that partners need to be a win-win situation. I don't know for sure, but I imagine that there would be some tax incentives for them to do something like that. They're able to get rid of their waste, but then use it as a tax write-off for a charitable donation instead of an expense or a cost.
Yeah.
For cardboard, they do get paid, just like what Cameron said. You can get paid for it. It isn't very much, but they do make money off of that.
All right.
So would that be still considered a non-profit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and nonprofit in the way that I think nonprofit would come from how you put the money back into your business to grow it, go to different counties, hire, kind of what Monica was saying, maybe people who are unemployed or people who are kind of like Goodwill. Oftentimes they'll hire handicapped people or mentally disabled or something to give people jobs who wouldn't be able to normally have a job, I guess.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Are you coughing too, Monica?
No, I'm good. I should put my mask on, huh? Sorry. No, sorry. I think we should just, we need to maybe vote on something or decide. I'm really not committed to either one of
I
my.
could care less too. I don't
Not
know.
committed to mine. So
I mean, the recycling one, the wrap one, there's a lot to work out there, but and Jason, I think you've well thought out your recycling on your devices. So I'm fine. I'm good with that one. That sounds like one of the ideas that I think would be good.
Well, similarly, I agree
Only
with you
thing
guys. I feel like for the sake of the assignment, we picked the idea that's going to align with completing the assignment.
I know. I want one where we can make some money. We have some partners, and it's kind of already. So yeah, I'm agreeing with that. The one with the lumber wrap isn't quite figured out yet. I'm not saying that we couldn't come up with that, but that one might not. That's not as developed as some of the other ones. So.
Another
we
thing to
need
consider
another.
is,
So we. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think food bank's going to be done quite a bit. And next week, we're supposed to vote as a class on the idea that we like the best. So we might not win any points if we go with the standard meal food bank idea. If we have something that's more original or more
Right.
unique.
no, I don't.
And that, I'm not trying to talk us out of doing a food bank. If everybody wants to do that, I'm fine with that too. But
No, I think I like your idea, Jason. I like Thomas's idea.
The only issue I would see with Jason's idea as far as like getting donations with crutches and wheelchairs and stuff like that, I feel like the supply might be a little bit more limited than plastics and cardboards and glass bottles from residential and commercial buildings and houses.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many donations of hearing aids you're going to get. I mean, I'm thinking this in the terms of Rexburg, where I'm at. This is population like 1,500 people. I don't know. It's small.
So wrong, Thomas. Thomas,
Thomas, you need to go visit Arco,
sorry.
Potomac City.
I know. Come to my town.
By the way, Monica,
Sorry.
I've climbed Mount Bora. I've been there a few times. I'm very familiar with the Arco area, Mackey and all that.
Good job. Good
My
job.
wife, do you know where Moreland is?
Good.
My wife is from Moreland. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if you know where Moreland is.
There you go. I do. It's closer to Blackfoot. It's on that
Yeah.
side. But yeah.
We can see the big butte from where she grew up, all that stuff. But
That's good.
I kind of like
Um,
Thomas's idea too. I like Monica's and Thomas' idea. So that would be my 2 votes. I kind of like the idea of Thomas's partnering with business or corporations, maybe taking it a step further rather than just households,
Yes.
but taking it to businesses or corporations.
I think you can make more money there, and I think you can get more dedication through that route.
A business or
Like
Households
corporation
are
could
going to do it
also,
or they're not.
yeah. And it may not have to be waste that they generate themselves. Maybe they could just put out a bin that collects pop cans or recyclable plastic.
Or soda cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may also generate a lot of paper waste too. So I think it sounds like a good deal. Do you mind scrolling down, Jason, on your screen?
Sure.
So we've done number one, number 2, 3. So are we sold on the idea that I proposed?
That would be my vote, I think.
Okay.
What about you, Cameron
I'm good. Yeah.
and Monica?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So we need to create an initial assumptions for each canvas block doing the following.
Do you mind clicking on the hyperlink, Jason? The first one, I think we need it. It's going to download a PowerPoint. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll the fellow that's not here, we'll email him all this stuff and give him the opportunity to participate so he doesn't get screwed on grade.
Like I said, I'm recording the meeting, so I can repost that, and then maybe we can do an email recapping what we covered.
No, that'll be good.
Our business idea, do we want to work out specifically what it's going to be?
Yeah, because I'm still kind of, Thomas, tell me again how we collect the stuff, how we pick it up, and then where does it go?
So pick it up, or I guess how this would start out is we have, us, a group of people that it could even be as simple as calling businesses and starting doing that cold calling, I guess, saying, hey, or go to businesses, I don't know, however that work out, say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how you can benefit from it. And then this is what we can offer you. And as far as this residential, there's Facebook pages that I'm sure we could post in. The communities will do events like some sort of, they do stuff at my park here in Rexburg. A lot of people from the community come, handing out flyers there. Or I know this is 2020, but no one reads the newspaper. But newspaper ads, I'm not sure. But you can locally target people on social media to reach residential people as well. And then as
So
far as where it would
Focusing
go,
on one product, aluminum, paper, what are we going to go with? One product or?
I would assume plastic, aluminum, and paper. and then perhaps glass as well. I mean, that's what when I grew up recycling, that's what we'd recycle is glass bottles, paper, cardboard, plastic, and aluminum, and copper too.
So would we supply dumpsters for collection bins, and balers for cardboard?
I would have. I mean, I don't know this, but I imagine there's some sort of recycling facility that has those things already, because that sounds like those are big upfront overhead costs. But if we're able to gather everything and then get it to where it needs to be be recycled, I think that's what we're gonna be making our nonprofit be most effective. I don't think that it would make sense for us to have our own compactors, at least on a large scale, to be able to recycle the goods.
A lot of larger businesses, I think, are going to have their own compactors. So then it would just be marketing to them about, instead of them hauling off the cardboard bales and then selling those to a recycling facility, and then counting that profit towards their revenues or their business model. Instead, they would turn that profit over to the charity or the business.
Get a little bit of a write-off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the biggest pain for them is going to be, it's for amount of work they probably put into recycling cardboard for the amount of money they get back isn't profitable at all.
Yeah, I don't imagine.
So that's going to be their pain and gain right there.
I think so. And then for businesses that don't have compactors, maybe they could just do a collection bin that collects paper product, the aluminum, and the and plastic products.
Just, I take it national level, right? We're looking at
I was thinking this local,
local. Okay.
and then eventually, I mean, obviously we want to spread nationally and then internationally, who knows, but I think for the scope of what we're talking about, rolling it out locally would be the easiest thing. Jason, we can't see the PowerPoint. We're seeing your Canvas screen. Have you downloaded the PowerPoint yet?
Yes. I thought you guys could see it. So I'm going to stop sharing that and then I'll share the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Apparently it didn't flip over. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can. Okay. And then what needs to be on the right side? Businesses that you
photo.
chose to pursue.
Just a photo.
Oh, that's it. You do like the three arrows, that go back. This is the classic recycle symbol, I guess.
Just doing an internet search for like recycling symbol or recycling program. Should be able to come up with a picture.
Yeah. Well, they have like those three arrows. We don't need to turn this in tonight, do we? I don't think so.
Let's do on the 14th, the end of the week.
Yeah, Saturday. So we can go through the stuff that takes brain power, and then we can come back to the pictures later.
Yeah, pictures are.
Do we go to the next slide?
Yeah.
So we talked about this a little
So
bit.
we look at,
Do a local program. Then we're going to want to identify what city do we want to start in. So it sounds like we could either pick California or Idaho.
I don't think California would benefit from this because they already have all that crap that they already do. It'd have to be Idaho.
So since BYUI is in Rexburg, do you want to pick Rexburg as the city?
do we want to focus on a bigger city?
We could do Boise. I think there's more stuff going on there, more opportunity in a bigger city
I would agree.
All right.
compared to my 1,500 population.
Thomas, you're gonna look that up. That's your homework, is gonna be what the population of Regensburg is. I really thought Boise had a recycling program, so I didn't know. I don't know. Jason?
But
There
Yeah, I
are
don't
a
think
lot
it-
of recycling facilities in
there are
Boise.
going to be.
So the city
I don't think we need a
has-
reinvented wheel
Yeah.
for this project.
Okay.
The city itself has some recycling programs, but it's up to the individual households on whether or not they want to participate. And then there's several recycling facilities around that collect cardboard, glass, plastic, aluminum.
Okay.
Pacific Steel and Recycling is one. Western Recycling is another that comes to mind. I think there's probably 2 or 3 others as well.
To me, I think what we should focus on is maybe going after corporations and businesses
Yeah.
rather than household.
No, I agree. That's going to be our biggest bang for a buck, you know, eventually perhaps residential. When it says regarding the impact of the service, how many people does it impact? That's pretty difficult to determine. We could put the population of whatever, but I think it's a global impact, recycling, more than just a localized thing. So I think you're doing it locally to impact the globe. I mean, that's the end goal.
Sure. And if you want to know the population of Boise is called the Treasure Valley area. I just looked this up for another class a couple days ago, but the population in the greater Boise area or the Treasure Valley area is about 750,000.
Jason? It's your Idaho internet.
I think so. Did you guys get that? I talked about
No.
the greater Boise area has a population of about 750,000.
So in slide 3, what do we want to put there?
I think the greater Boise, Idaho area, right?
Okay.
We just got to answer all these questions.
Yeah.
How big is the problem? I have no idea. I would assume it's very large because I don't think anybody recycles, to be honest.
I don't know. We have some statistic about landfills in there, something, how much businesses put into landfills. I don't know if there's some kind of Google thing there. I was trying to look.
I can do some research with some of the local recycling facilities here and email that to you, Cameron, if you like.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. My wife just told me that in one of the outlying areas in Nampa, a suburb sort of Boise, that businesses have to pay to recycle and to have it hauled away. So a lot of the businesses in Nampa choose not to recycle for that reason. So that
Good
could be
point.
one of the
That's great.
value. So that could be, I think that would help answer how big is the problem and who's impacted.
And I guess they have to pay because of the pickup, or why would they, I mean, because there's
Yeah.
a market for it. Why isn't and the sorting and the,
Yep, all of that, transportation costs, sorting, labor costs.
which we would have also, correct?
Yeah,
But if you offered it to the businesses for free then,
But the difference is if
Get
it,
her in here. Get her. She gets to share the screen, Jason.